We have some breaking news because here we have the first spy images of what appears to be the upcoming 2023 Chevy Colorado midsize truck.
That's right, and it's more than just a front-end refresh. There's a lot going on with this truck.
Yeah, so we have several images. How about we just go over everything we see and have everything we know so far? Because we don't have a lot of official details, right?
No, they've been really tight-lipped about this vehicle, and the bottom line here is that we know that it's going to get significant updates. We just don't know exactly what they are, but we do have some pretty good ideas about what they may be.
So let's start with this front shot. It's a little bit, tiny bit fuzzy, but we can see several things. First of all, full camouflage. So why do we think it's a Chevrolet?
Well, it's pretty obvious that it's a Chevrolet, just in terms of the certain design of the wheels and everything else. Yeah, it kind of indicates that it's a Chevrolet.
Yeah, plus the spy photographer actually told us.
That helps when they do that, yeah.
Well, it was a General Motors type of facility where it was near. But the front end looks a little bit lower than the current one as far as the hood is concerned.
Yep.
Yeah, so that's what I'm seeing, and I think that kind of makes sense for several reasons, right? First, aerodynamics.
Yep.
Right, and also maybe visibility.
That is possible. On top of that, if you look at the headlight design, I think that it's a little bit more, I think you put it squinty.
Yeah, it is.
And that makes sense in my mind. I think that they might be moving a little bit more towards making it look similar to the way the current Chevrolet Silverado front-end design is, which is very squinty, narrow headlight design up top. So that looks like they're doing something similar here.
Let's zoom in right here. There's another shot which is a lot more crisp and beautiful. So several things. First of all, this appears to be maybe kind of more of a base model prototype, right? Because it does appear to have steel wheels. But we can see several things. We can see the front end, once again, the sloping windshield, kind of the sloping hood. And also the front drive shaft is poking through the wheel. So apparently this should be a four-wheel drive vehicle, right?
So
here.
This could be the Z71.
Potentially, but the tires, these Goodyear Wrangler tires that this prototype has, are not super aggressive.
No, they're not. But also, if they're doing MPG runs, maybe they are putting it on there for a reason, which, by the way, a lot of manufacturers do stuff like that. They'll put on lower rolling resistance tires on vehicles in order to get certain EPA numbers, or at least look at them. So it is possible. It's definitely not a ZR2.
Right.
You can tell by the front end design. As far as we know, they will be continuing that truck. It is their halo truck for this class, and it's still, at least currently, one of the best off-roaders in its class. So if you look at the front-end design here, you have that low chin spoiler. I'm pretty sure that that is not the ZR2.
Or could be a base four-wheel drive.
It could be.
Yeah, obviously we don't know.
Look at the fenders.
What's under the hood?
Well, that's the thing. Okay, so we know that General Motors is moving towards electrification, and they're also trying to lower their numbers in terms of MPG, or actually raise them, and lower their carbon footprint. So they have a brand new four-cylinder engine that's turbocharged that they're using in their full-size trucks, right?
Yes.
That's the 2.7, right?
Exactly, four-cylinder.
And so what's its output currently?
Well, in the Silverado, it's currently available, and also in the big Sierra 1500.
Right.
So this is kind of their half-ton motor. All the rumors, and this is unconfirmed by GM, is that they could be using this 2.7-liter turbo 4 in the upcoming midsize trucks.
And it totally makes sense considering what their competition is.
Yes, 310 horsepower is the current output in those bigger trucks.
Right.
And that's still competitive. If you look at, this segment is being refreshed from every manufacturer. The Frontier is coming this year with 310 horsepower. So
that's a V6 though.
And that's a V6.
Yes.
Naturally aspirated.
That's correct.
Yes. So that power output may make sense.
Right. And what's the torque numbers, at least on the Chevrolet full size?
Really torquey. About 347 pound-feet of torque.
So that would make it best in class if they kept that torque number pretty
Exactly.
much.
That's even more than the Ranger currently has.
Right. And the Ranger is super, super powerful. That has a 2.3 liter four-cylinder turbo.
Slightly small displacement.
Like the Mustang turbo, basically.
Exactly.
Right.
But Ford can always jack it up, right?
Oh, without a doubt. And on top of that, Ford has a 10-speed automatic transmission. Now, currently, at least with the V6 Colorado, you get the 8-speed automatic transmission.
Yes.
And I think we're guessing that they're going to move to that 10-speed that they have, which makes a lot of sense because that would help their EPA numbers, I think, and also...
And acceleration, performance, other things.
And reliability.
Yeah, so obviously we don't know, but 10-speed kind of makes sense here as well. Probably no manual. I'm sorry, guys. Probably no manual.
I'm almost sure of it. Nobody's doing that anymore.
Yeah, and so maybe just one engine because this prototype does have a tailpipe. We can see that in the image.
Yeah, it's not electric.
So it's not electric. It's not a hybrid or hiding something else.
Yeah, we haven't seen any extra fuel doors for a PHEV or anything like that, or not fuel doors, but little doors for the plug-in.
Plugs, yeah.
But if you look, there is one thing that's interesting from the side view, and you got to really look at it. Those fenders are bulging, baby.
Yeah, so I think they're going to a brand new design. This also may partially be kind of the camouflage, the way it plays, or maybe how they do that. But it would be cool to have all new style, obviously. Maybe a slightly larger cab, too. So,
yeah, which is something they've needed. Also, they need a complete interior upgrade to be competitive. And we're assuming they're doing that. We don't have any interior shots, but those rear shots are good. By the way, I really like the look of those steel wheels. I don't know about you guys. I think they look really cool. But if you look at the back, you could clearly see that this one they're not blocking anything. Has rear disc brakes. You can clearly see that.
Mm-hmm.
And
a solid rear axle.
Solid rear axle. So there's no surprises in terms of the underpinnings. It is possible that is a new or upgraded frame. We don't know for sure. I've seen other pictures recently, and that lower section looks a little different for some reason. I can't quite put my finger on it. Maybe you guys can figure that part out. But yeah, we are expecting not entirely, but possibly very new and extremely different. How about that? Chevy Colorado and GMC Sierra. Or no, Canyon Sierra.
Exactly, and I think it needs to be new.
Well, they have to be more.
Really redesigned.
Their sales numbers definitely indicate that people need something new in order to start buying them again.
I mean, they're still selling, but now they're basically in third place. There's a Ranger above it now, just above it, right, in sales. And then, of course, the leader is the Tacoma.
Tacoma, yeah.
And the Tacoma is rumored to be updated in that year as well for 2020.
And on top of that, we have a brand new Nissan Frontier, pretty much all new. And that one's going to hit really, when is that? Like real soon, right?
This summer or fall.
This summer or
within a few
fall.
months, yeah.
So this has to be competitive with all of those. GM's fully aware of it. And they're also aware of the fact that they still need to sell internal combustion engine vehicles for a while.
Yeah, exactly. And another element I just noticed is a leaf spring in the rear. So kind of a traditional trucky design.
Right.
And what about like payload and towing? We don't know obviously what's going to happen, but I think if they stay about the same where we are now, they're still competitive, right? About 75 to 7,700 pounds for towing. That's very competitive.
Yeah, that's the gas engine?
Well, that's our gas and diesel ratings right now.
Right.
And then about 1,500 to 1,700 pounds of payload. I think that's still very competitive. And if they keep the same chassis, I think they can nail those numbers and still be right there.
And they may be able to actually go beyond where Ford is right now with their 2.7 liter. We're assuming if they do it. On top of that, we don't know for sure if they're going to discontinue the diesel engine, which is a rumor.
Well, that's the rumor, yeah.
Yeah, but there's nothing confirmed that they're going to get rid of it. So we don't know yet about that either. In this truck, it's really hard to tell whether or not it's a diesel.
And also, the V6 might be going away, the gas engine.
We've been hearing a lot about the V6 going away. It's a great little engine, but honestly, you're going to get a lot more power and torque out of that 2.7 turbo.
So there you have it, guys. This is really exciting for the midsize segment.
Yeah.
Because Ford is also working on a next generation Ranger.
We're hearing a lot of rumors about that.
Based on also sharing components with the big Bronco, right?
Yeah.
Toyota is rumored to be doing some redesign in 2023, 2024. There's a new Frontier. Jeep might do something cool with the Gladiator, right?
And we're still hearing rumors about them bringing in a midsize truck into the segment as well. That's not a Jeep.
Maybe like a Ram. Yeah,
or Dakota or something like that.
Still to be continued.
So that's another rumor out there.
Yeah, so this is very exciting, and these first shots tell us that GM is on their way developing this truck.
That's right, folks, and we're going to stay on top of this and hopefully get our hands on one of these in the near future.
Yeah, and go back to tfltruck.com. All these shots are there. You can see them in detail once again and look at all the data.
That's right. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you next time.